situated in the spiritual life. Now, in order to achieve that end of life, we have to begin a probational spiritual life. Probational spiritual life. That probational spiritual life is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. कर्मणि एवा अधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भू माते संगा अस्ति अकर्मणि. Karma means what? Karma means what? One should not think that because I am not this body, so I shall cease to work. No. You cannot cease to work. If you cease to work, then idle brain will be a devil's workshop. No. We have to work. So therefore the Lord says the technique of acting on the spiritual platform is that you have your right to act. You have your right to act according to your position. But karmani eva adhikaraste ma phalesu kadachana. But you should not desire to enjoy the fruit of your activity. That is the technique. You should not desire to enjoy the fruit of activity. Then, if I want to enjoy the fruit of my activity, then what it will be? Suppose I am a businessman, I have made a profit of $10 million in this year. So, do you mean to say that I shall not enjoy this huge amount of money? I shall throw it away? Oh, yes. The Bhagavad Gita says that ma phalesu kadachana, you cannot take the fruitive result of your work. Then if I do it, then what it will be? Then he says, ma karma phala hetudbhu. Don't be cause of your activities. Then you will be bound by the interaction of your activity. Don't be cause of your activity. Then you shall be bound up by the effects of your activity. You don't be cause, then effect will not touch you. Ma karma phala hetu bhi mate sangasthi akarmani. Then if you say, that better I shall not do anything, no, that also will not be permissible. You cannot stop acting. At the same time, you cannot take the fruitive result of your activities. And if you think that, oh, I am not going to, just like in India, one business friend, he was selling my books. He was telling, we are not going to make any huge business this year, because if we do business, the profit is more, the whole thing will be taken by government, by income tax. So we are stopping to work to have more business. This is the position, because our mind is so inclined that if I cannot enjoy the fruit of my activities, then I am disinclined. Perhaps you know there is a proverb in English that proprietorship turns sand into gold. A person working on his own account, he can turn sand into gold. But a person working for others' account, that is not possible. He will be slow. He will be slow. Because the purpose is that why shall I work so hard? It will be enjoyed. Just like our business friend was speaking to me, that why shall we work so hard and make huge profit? just the whole thing will be taken by the government. But here, uh, uh, the Lord says that you cannot stop your work, neither you can enjoy the activity, the fruit of your activities. That is the work on spiritual plane. Now we have to understand this very cautiously. The first thing is that he says, karmani eva udhikaraste. Everybody has got his particular position, and according to his position there is particular work also. That is the system all over the world. Now, according to Bhagavad Gita, by the division, not according to Bhagavad Gita, according to Vedic conception of life, the human society is divided into 4 divisions according to the quality of work. In the Bhagavad Gita also we find the chatur varnam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasaha. The caste system, chatur varnam, perhaps you have heard about Indian caste system. That caste system is natural. Of course, in India it has become a hereditary thing, but this caste system is all over the universe, even amongst the animal society. That division of caste is made according to quality and work. Quality and work. Now that caste system, that quality and work is divided according to the quality, means quality of the material modes of nature. There are 3 qualities by which the material world is moving. The quality of goodness, the quality of passion, and the quality of ignorance. Those who are situated on the quality of goodness, they are called Brahmins. And their symptoms are also mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. I shall give you a statement of those systems. Now, those who are situated on the quality of goodness, they are called Brahmins. That quality of goodness is current all over the universe. So, anyone situated in that quality, he is Brahmin. And those who are situated in the quality of passion, they are called Kshatriyas. And those who are situated in the quality of mixed quality of ignorance and passion, they are called Vaishyas, or the mercantile community. And those who are situated in the quality of ignorance, they are called Sudras, or the laborer class. So in this way, there are different classes and different castes all over the world. You may call it caste or division of labor or division of the society. These 4 divisions are there all over the universe. The intelligent class, the administrative class, the productive class, and the laborer class. So, the intelligent class, they have got separate department of duty. The administrative class, they have also got separate department of duty. Similarly, the mercantile class, they have got separate activity. And the laborer class, they have only one activity, to serve others. That's all. Because they cannot do anything independently. Therefore, they have to offer the service to the higher class, to the administrative class, or to the mercantile class, or the intelligent class, and take some payment for his livelihood. So these divisions, and the Lord Krishna says that according to your quality, you have to do your duty. Ah, you you can mm, hereditary or by your own choice, you can have your own duty. But there is no question of that one should be idle. No. Uh, if you are intelligent class, then you have to take to intelligent quality of work. Just like you must become a scientist, you must become a politician, not politician, philosopher, you must be a religionist, so many intelligent class of work. Then you must engage in that way if you are actually intelligent, if you belong to the intelligent class. Now, if you are administrative class, then you must take to the politics, election, be elected the mayor, be elected president or something like that, and work in that way. And if you belong to the mercantile community, then you must do business and produce agricultural grains and distribute them. That is your business. In the Bhagavad Gita, you will find that the mercantile class, what mercantile class? Kisi goraksha vanijam vaishya karma sabhavaja. Vaishya means the mercantile community. They are meant for giving protection to the animals and produce grain and distribute and make trade on them. That's all. Because formerly there was no industry. People generally depended on agricultural work. Therefore, the mercantile community, they used to produce food grains and distribute them, and protection of cow was their duty. As the king was entrusted to protect the life of the citizens, similarly, the Vaishya class or the mercantile class, they were entrusted to protect the life of cow. Why particularly cow is protected? Because milk is very essential food for the human society. Therefore, cow protection is the duty of the human society. That is the conception of Vedic literature. Now, the Lord says that karmani adhikaraste. Now, according to your quality and according to your position, you have to work. You cannot stop working. But you should not enjoy the fruit. That is, in other way, this is a conception of spiritual communism. Spiritual communism. Now, just like in communist country, the center is the state. Nobody is private proprietor, but everyone is a member of the state, and whatever he earns, it goes to the state. That is so far I know, this is the communistic idea. Now here, if I am not entitled to take the result of my labor or my activity, then whom it is going to? Who shall enjoy it? So that is the conception of spiritual life. That means your earnings should be distributed to the central point. It should be through the central point. The central point is God. Instead of making central point to any limited things, if you make the central point God, and if you work on His behalf, and if you think that it should be enjoyed by the Supreme Lord, then your spiritual life is fixed up. Then your spiritual life is fixed up. Because you are not discouraged to produce, but the production or the entire result of your work, the fruitive result, should go to somebody. And who is that somebody? And if you are not going to enjoy, then who is going to enjoy? That means this should be enjoyed by everyone through the central point of God. Just like the state realizes taxes from you, that taxes is distributed. Tax is distributed throughout the state. So, as you deposit tax to the state and it is distributed throughout the whole state, similarly, if your fruitive result is offered to the Supreme Lord, then your fruitive result is distributed to everyone. The central point. That is the spiritual state. Now, how to do it? If you say that, where is God? Where is God whom to offer my fruitive results? That point is answered by the devotional service. Devotional service. Now, if you engage your money for the service of the Lord, then that means you are offering to the Lord for the service of the Lord. Now, what is the service? What is the service of the Lord? The service of the Lord, now so far Bhagavad Gita is concerned, the Lord says that jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata abhuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamaham. Whenever there is any flaw in the standard process of religiosity, at that time I take my incarnation and I come on this earth. So this is a fact. This is a fact. The whole material nature is working under the superintendence of the Supreme Lord. Now, whenever there is any discrepancy, just to rectify it, sometimes punishment is given, or sometimes the Lord comes himself, or sometimes he sends his representative, or sometimes he leaves some books of knowledge. In this way, the whole process from God's side is to put ourselves always on the right path. That is the process going on. Now, just like in your Christian religion, Lord Jesus Christ, he claimed himself that he is coming from God as Son of God to reclaim him to back to Godhead, back to home. That is the mission. Every reformer or every great religious leader or God himself, he comes on this earth to reclaim this conditioned soul to back to Godhead, back to the kingdom of Godhead. That is the whole idea of incarnation. Now, at the present moment, not at the present moment, practically always the people by material contact, they forget their relation, their relationship with the Supreme Lord, their constitutional position. Now, this, whatever we earn, if not the whole thing, but if at least some portion of our income we engage in the service of the Lord for propagating the teaching of God consciousness, that is engaging our fruitive activities, the result of our fruitive activities in the service of the Lord. Another thing, if we want to prosecute our spiritual life, then there are certain formulas. Certain formulas mean that we should not take more than what we need. We should not take more than what we need. We should not neglect also that the portion which we actually need, But at the same time, we should not accumulate more than what we need. There are 6 formulas. There are 6 formulas for spiritual life. In favor and in disfavor. There are 6 formulas which, if we follow those 6 formulas, then our spiritual life will be developed gradually. And there are 6 formulas which we follow, then our spiritual life will be degraded. So both ways there are 6 formulas. I may present those 6 formulas. First of all, the favorable 6 formulas are that उत्साहात धैर्यात निश्चयात तत्तत् कर्म प्रवर्तनात् सतो वित्ते साधु संगे सरभी भक्ति प्रसिद्धति. Utsahat means you must be very much enthusiastic that in this life, in this human form of life, I must complete my spiritual consciousness or God consciousness so that in the next life I may not have this material body. That is called utsaha. Utsaha means very much enthusiastic. Just like a man is very much enthusiastic that in this life I must accumulate $10 million in the bank. And he does what? With great enthusiasm. Similarly, we must have also similar enthusiasm that in this very life, in this very human form of life, I must make my spiritual life perfect so that after leaving this body, I may not come again to this material world. That is called utsaha, enthusiasm. Utsaha, dhairya. Dhairya means patience. Patience. There may be so many obstacles in prosecuting our spiritual life, but we should patiently go forward. We shall not be disheartened. Utsaha, dhairya, nischaya, and with confidence. With confidence that because I am following, just like Bhagavad Gita is a standard book. If not Bhagavad Gita, take Bible or take Quran, whatever you like. Now there are some formulas for prosecuting spiritual life. So one must have confidence that because I am following the standard method, so my spiritual life will really be perfected. We must have this confidence. And that is a fact. So utsaha, first enthusiasm, second patience, and then third with confidence, nischaya, dhairya, utsaha, dhairya, nischaya, tat karma pravartana. Simply enthusiasm will not do. The formulas which are prescribed there, we must follow. We must actually apply in our life. Utsaha, dhairya, nischaya, tat karma pravartana, sato vritti. And we must be, our vritti, our profession, our occupation must be very pure. Must be very pure. Impure activities cannot lead me to spiritual emancipation. You will find in Bhagavad Gita that the God is described, param brahma param dhamam pavitram paramam bhavan. Pavitram means the purest. God is the purest. So unless we are purest, we cannot approach God. Therefore, it is stated the sato vritti, our occupation, our vritti should be very clear, pious. Sato vritti and sadhu sangha. The last word is very important. That all these things can be executed if we make our association with similar persons. Similar persons. Those who are on the path of realizing spiritual perfection, we must make our association with such association. We must be associated with such society so that we can make our... this is just like we are holding these classes. This is called satsang. We are not discussing politics. We are not discussing something for sense enjoyment. We are discussing from Bhagavad Gita about the constitution of the soul, about what is God, what is our relation with God. This is called sato vritti, satsanga. Satsanga means association with good persons who are engaged, if not 100%, at least engaged a certain portion of his life for spiritual realization. So these six things are required for making progress in spiritual life. Similarly, there are 6 other things also which will degrade us from the spiritual life. And what are those? Utyahara, prayasascha, prajalpa, niyamagraha, lulam, janasangascha, sarabhi bhakti pranasati. Pranasati means it is lost. The spiritual path is lost by these 6 principles. And what are these? Now, utyahara. Utyahara means to eat more than what you need, or to accumulate more than what you need. Ahar means eating, and ahar means accumulation. So, of course, any householder, he requires some deposit in the bank for emergency. That is, of course, allowed for householders. But just for us, we are sannyasi, we are renounced order, we haven't got to accumulate any money. You see, that is the system of Indian philosophy. But those who are householder, family men, they may have some deposit for emergency. Otherwise, those who are renounced order, those who are brahmachari, for them to keep money separately for its maintenance or for accumulating bank balance is not allowed. Utyahara. Similarly, ahar, eating. You have to eat only things which can maintain your body properly. Now, they say for human being, they eating things are grains, vegetables, fruits, milk, and so many things which are given by God for human eating. So we should be satisfied with those things which are meant for human eating. We should not simply for the pleasure of the tongue, we should not eat anything. That is called utyahara. So utyahara and then prayas. Prayas means to labor very hard to achieve a thing. Life should be conducted in such a way that our necessities of life may come not with great effort, easily. We should not encumber ourselves, our life, living policy, in an encumbered way. Then our spiritual progress will be hampered. The modern society has practically encumbered the whole human activities, and therefore they have no time for spiritual culture. You see? But the conception of Vedic civilization was that people used to be satisfied on agricultural produce, and for 3 months working during rainy season, so they get some agricultural produce and they used to eat the whole year. 9 months they were free to advance in spiritual culture, and only 3 months they used to work for accumulating their food stuff. You see? Totyahara prayasascha prajalpa. Prajalpa means talking nonsense. We assemble and go on talking for nothing, neither for this life, neither for that life. We should not talk. Suppose if we are gaining something materially, we may go on talking. Or if we are gaining some spiritually, we may talk. But if there is no gain, simply wasting time, that should not be done. Pratyahara prayasasya prajalpa niyamagraha. Niyamagraha means simply to stick up to the rituals. Just like people in every religion, there are some rituals. That in our Hindu religion, the people are advised to observe some ceremonies. In every religion, the same system is there. They go to temple, you go to church, and the Mohammedans, they go to mosque. In similarly, there are different systems. But if one is simply sticking up to the system without seeing how much progress I am making in my life, then that is waste of time. That is called niyamagraha, simply observing the rules. And niyamagraha also means that you should not neglect also the rules. You should not neglect the rules and regulations. At the same time, you should not stick up to the rules and regulations. Tatyahara prayasascha prajalpa niyamagraha laulam. Laulam means to be greedy. To be greedy. You should not be greedy. I want so much, I want so much. I want so much. No, not like that. Pratyahara prayasascha prajalpa niyamagraha laulam and janasangascha. Janasangascha means the persons who are not interested in spiritual matter. We should not associate with them. These are these 6 things which retrograde the progress of spiritual life, and the other 6 things which I previously, just a moment I described, they will help us in our progressive life to the spiritual path. In this way, that work should not be stopped. Work according to our position, according to our quality, work must be executed, but the fruit of the result we should not accept. If we accept the fruit, then I must be responsible for the reaction of the work. Now, this question has come to be discussed by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, because Arjuna was a military man. He belonged to the administrative class, and this Bhagavad Gita was described in the battlefield. So he was hesitating from his duty. So I shall not fight. I shall not fight. Because by killing my kinsman, by killing my spiritual master, by killing my teacher, killing my grandfather, I will be sinful. That was his conclusion. Now, Krishna says that if you think in that way, that you shall be enjoying the reaction, then of course you will not be working in the spiritual field. You don't think in that way. Because this work is a duty, and because I want that you should fight, it is the order from the authority. Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore you should fight. So, fighting for the cause of the Supreme, that will not affect you. That will not affect you. Just like you can take an example that fighting for the country and killing the enemies, that is taken into good account. But fighting for one's personal cause, fighting or killing one man for personal cause, that man is hanged by the laws of the state. Similarly, fighting is also not bad if it is done for the supreme cause. Anything which is done for the supreme cause, that is transcendental, that is above, our mundane calculation. So Sri Krishna says that you should not stop working, but you have to work cautiously for the supreme cause. That is the way of working on the spiritual platform. Thank you very much. Now if there is any question you can ask.